Paul's Uncle Pickles used to be a farmer, and so was Brownie after John T. Fitz died. And they were both interested in animals. And your uncle had a donkey that Brownie had sold him, and I used to ride that donkey. And that donkey had a mind of its own, and you could take a switch to it, and you could get off and drag it, but if it didn't want to go, it didn't go.
Well, speaking of Pickles and Brownie, they were pretty good friends, so Pickles sold him a piece of land. Pickles bought a farm, belonged to Percy Mann, I guess, in Greenfield Lane, and he made a deal with Brownie, so that bound to that tree, over to that tree, back to that barrel on the side of the road. So Brownie paid him for it. And the next day, Pickles goes out and says, Brownie, he says, you're picking my strawberries. You know, Pickles says, no. He says, you bought to the barrel. The barrel's up the street there. Well, Pickles had moved the barrel that night about 50 feet up the street.
Well, Pickles had a way of, he used to own the Stockbridge Road dump when it was a pit. And he turned it into a dump. And somehow or other, the town became very interested, and Pickles sold it to the town. And then it was about the same thing with the town barn. He used to pack stuff around there. Well, all of a sudden, Pickles didn't want to pack anymore, and it became very valuable to the town, and he managed to sell it to them.
Well, speaking about the town dump, a story about Alan Wheeler, who's done a lot for this town. Well, he and I was kids, and we were always looking for a way to make money. So the first thing we did was, everybody had a hen yard. And you throw all the scraps in it and all went along. So in the spring we'd go around and we'd tell the people that if you will let us pick up all the bones in that hen yard, we'll turn the hen yard over for you. So we did many of them and got the bones, and I'd take them down to my grandfather, who had a meat market down on Front Street, I think just about where Rocco's Barber Shop is today. And we'd leave them there, and he'd sell them to Boney Ward from Boston and get a penny a pound for us. So we got, a few bucks that. And Alan was a neat man, and we did good jobs on the hen yards, and we'd always get a pretty good tip, see? So we did pretty good there. Then we outgrew that, and we went junking, picking up junk at the different dumps over the town. A lot of places would have a dump behind their backyard, an old farm or something, and we'd pick that over. We couldn't pick over the Stockbridge dump because Alan's father, he ran the dump, but he picked it clean. So Alan said one day, tomorrow, Saturday, we'll get our bikes, we'll go down to Marshfield. I know where the Marshfield town dump is. We'll see what we can do down there. So down we went the next morning, no lunch or anything, and picked the dump, and we got 200-pound build-up bags full of scrap metals and stuff, and just tying them on the handlebars of the bike to come home. This fella come in with a Model T Ford truck. And you kids get the hell out of here. I own this dump. Give me that stuff. So he took it off the bikes, We had to put it in his truck. And we're pedaling back with nothing for the whole day. Hungry as hell. And as we're going by the entrance of Stockbridge dump, here's the guy's Model T truck there, see? So Alan says, Paul, you go down and see where the hell he is. If he starts coming back for the truck, you whistle. And when I get through getting that junk, I'll whistle. So finally he got a whistle, and we're pedaling up Stockbridge Road. That's how we make out. He says, I got 2 of ours back and 7 of his.